Omnibus.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Pinball Omnibus, where I talk about a lot of things going on in this hobby in just a short amount of time. So let's get started. Let's start out with the sad news, and that is the fact that January 21st of 2022, we lost a pinball legend, and that was Lyman Sheets Jr. Most of you know this person by his work, and that is the coding involved in many of the games that you enjoy. Just to name off a couple of those games, you have like Attack from Mars, Metallica, Monster Bash, Spider-Man, Sopranos, The Walking Dead, and even more the upcoming title of Cactus Canyon Remake. And by all means, he has had his hands in a number of machines, and I will put a link down below so you can see what all he has been involved in. I mean, what's curious about this whole thing, and it's upsetting without a doubt, guys, but what's curious is that they still have not yet revealed the reason behind his passing, the cause of death. That has not been announced or revealed, and that's just a little weird, I must say. And I understand it's not like they have to announce that, obviously, because the family, that is up to them whether or not that information should be revealed to the public. So I get it. It's just usually if it's not announced, there's something weird going on. But I think a lot of people out there, including myself, must question what CGC has in store for Cactus Canyon Remake, because as all of us know, we were really banking, and I say banking, but I mean CGC was the one that's going to be banking when it comes to selling Lyman's code for Cactus Canyon Remake. And now that that's not going to happen, I'm curious to see what their plans are going to be. And I'm obviously not pushing for them to hurry up and tell us. That will be unveiled sometime in the future. But I'm curious to see what happens with that next. Next up is P3's Multimorphic with their new game, Flipper Foxtrot. Nope, let me get this right. Flipper Foxtrot Rhythm Explosion. So there you go on that. So, as going through this game and what it does and how you play it, and watching the video, the stream of how you go about playing this, I must say I have never seen a game where the objective is to not play pinball on a pinball machine. That is where it's kind of curious and like, that's strange. Basically, if you're playing pinball at this time, basically you messed up. The objective is to not miss any notes. And I'm sure they're well aware, as those of us aware out there, that this game is not an uncommon thing to have or have seen before when it comes to Dance Dance Revolution, but more often than not, we're going to recognize this game as being Guitar Hero. But to see it on a pinball machine, and the primary objective is to not play pinball, it's different. Don't get me wrong, I like Guitar Hero games, I'm relatively decent at them, but when I'm standing in front of a pinball machine, I would prefer to play pinball, but that's just my 2 cents. This past Thursday, Marco on their live stream had John Borg and Tim Sexton from Stern discussing their latest title, Rush. If you would like to see the VOD, I will put a link in the description down below where they discuss many things and answer many questions from the audience. And while we're on the topic of Rush Pinball, something recently discussed with me is the fact that Stern has changed some of the code in the game, so there is no longer the annoying sound on the scoop. So bravo, I'm glad they fixed that, but it's one of those things where luckily the main issues I had with the game were all fixable when it comes to the code. Next up, we have a new pinball machine from a not so well known pinball company. Quetzal Pinball reveals Super Hoop. Now, the thing is, I remember playing this game at Chicago Expo 2019, and honestly, I was having a lot of fun on this game. It was one of those where I didn't know that at the time it was just their prototype. They had a couple of other pinball machines there, but I kept coming back to Super Hoop, and I think The reason why I was finding it so funny is that I'm not a basketball fan, just as well as I'm not a soccer fan. But for whatever reason, this game was the best of the three that I believe they had there at that time. I kept going back to it. It's one of those things where whenever it shoots the ball up there and makes it through the basket, it's just one of those things that's just enjoyable to do, just like it's enjoyable to hit the soccer ball or pinball into the goal on World Cup soccer. It's the same nice tactical satisfaction that you get when playing Super Hoop. My buddies at RB Flip did a video stream showing off this game recently. I will put a link in the description down below if you would like to see it in its entirety. Classic Playfield Reproductions has revealed, and I have also helped them reveal, their new mirror back glass for Johnny Mnemonic. I'm glad that, I guess I'm a little bit of a contributor to the pinball restoration now when it comes to them utilizing my original Translite to make the new and improved mirrored back glass. And it looks amazing. I did a video on it. If you have not seen it, I suggest you check it out if you would like to see what they are capable of. Now, as per any mirrored back glass that they do, it's going to be a mixed bag for those of you out there that want it to be just like the original, because CPR does tend to change things up a bit. And a lot of people just don't want change. They want it to be just like it was back in the day. But as you can see, there are some liberties when it comes to adding mirroring effects. I personally like it, and a lot of people that own a Johnny Mnemonic like it as well. I've also obtained the Mirror Swords of Fury version. As you can see, that game finally has a back glass on it. I have video footage showing that off as well, so look forward to that in the future. Outside Edge, the makers for hardtops, has done a teaser showing off what their next hardtop will be, and it's one of those where they do a little teaser and it's not like it's difficult to figure out what game it's going to be, so judging by this sample picture, their next title will be Electra. Next up for products for pinball is PinSound. Now, a lot of you know PinSound for their DMD boards, their PinSound Plus boards, and pretty soon you're going to be seeing another product from them is going to be their Rocket CPU. Now, this is something I definitely would like to be involved in some form or fashion. I still need to get in touch with them to see if I can be somewhat of a help promote this, because I'm all up for reproduction boards for pinball machines. This is something that, we're starting to lose reproduction versions of said boards for games, and games are beginning to die. PinSound makes like hardcore, rock solid hardware boards. They are very, very awesome. So to have them be stepping into the CPU version of boards to put into your games is definitely enticing. So by all means, be on the lookout for that upcoming hardware. I'm going to get in touch with them here pretty soon to see if maybe I can be involved in, promoting that hardware, whether it be me trying a board out to see what I think about it. I don't know. We'll see. More than likely not, but you never know. And next up, we have Texas Pinball Festival is merely, maybe 60 days away, less than that, guys. And I have been contacted by many of you out there who live in different countries, letting me know that this will be your first time to attend. And it's one of those where I've talked with Ed recently to letting him know that, hey man, this might be the biggest show yet, due to the fact there's going to be even more people who have never been before coming in. And those that have already been before are definitely wanting to return. If there's anybody out there that has gone to Texas Pinball Festival and you go, I'm never going to that show again, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm just curious if there are people like you out there. So let me know. And as per my yearly usual, I will be doing a couple of videos in the near future promoting Texas Pinball Festival, trying to get some information out there to those of you that would like to be an exhibitor or just to be an attendee. I would like to give you all the information to help you decide what you want to do in the near future when it comes to Texas Pinball Festival. Next up, I happened to see this going through, Facebook Pinball Enthusiast, someone showing off their Terminator 2 pinball machine. And now usually I've seen a lot of tricked out Terminator 2 machines, guys. I've seen so many where it's honestly, I'm just like, yeah, next. I've seen too much. This one's a little bit different, mainly due to the decals that he's used on the cabinet. As awesome as it is, I would hate to be in charge of having to make sure that fingerprints don't show up on that. It seems like it would just really stand out, but this game looks damn cool. I don't know if I'm a big fan of all the Terminator 2, sculptings that are on the playfield. That might be a little much. I don't know. That's the only thing that kind of like sticks out in my mind when it comes to looking at this machine, but everything else is like, wow, it's pretty impressive. So my hat's off to you. I don't know your name, and I'll put the video here for those of you out there to see, obviously, and I'll put a name in the video for who posted for the Terminator 2 pinball machine. So next up is Haggis. Now, they told us last year that they're going to be doing their Fathom remake starting in the summer, I want to say July, and due to the pandemic and part shortages and a number of other things, that hasn't happened. But they have posted recently that they are now getting Fathom on the line. But they haven't given us any pictures, so we're just going to have to take their word for it. By all means, I really want Haggis to succeed, so I'm really hoping that Fathom is in fact in the manufacturing state. They get these games out so then they can hopefully move on to Centaur being their next remake. Actually, I can wait. I don't have the room. I don't even have room for my Cactus Canyon. I really don't know where I'm going to put it yet. And finally, I want to discuss with you guys whenever you're shopping on MarcoSpecialties.com and you do come across a particular part that is currently on back order or out of stock, and you have the option to be notified via email for when they do get it, I highly recommend that you do press that button, because that's how they know for sure the demand is there for said product. And I know there's plenty of you out there that when you're shopping for a part and you see they don't have it, then you move on to another website. How do I know you're doing that? Because I do the same thing. So I'm trying to make it an effort going forward to put me on the, let me know whenever it's there, that they need to know that there is in fact a need and a necessity for said part so they can start stocking them again. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Pinball Omnibus. And I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that are wondering what happened right here. Did I get into a fight or whatever? My wife beat me, something like that. No, my dog got a little rambunctious and clawed me. So I'm actually surprised it was only that bad. I almost lost an eye because she got me above my eyelid as well. But anyways, it'll heal over time. Wife says I look like a badass now. Whatever works. I've got plenty of videos that are definitely on the cutting board, guys. I just need to get the time to sit down and focus on getting them out. My Patreons, they definitely know what I'm talking about because they get all the little footage and everything like that that I send out to them on upcoming videos and things that I'm working on. If you would like to be a part of that, by all means, link in the description down below. Give me the thumbs up, subscribe button if you haven't already, ding my dong so that way you can be notified whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. And until next time, guys, peace out.